such an historic, iconic spot. When you tee off for the first hole at the old course, you're nervous, you're intimidated, inspired?
All of the above. You realize you're about to set foot on one of the hallowed grounds of golf where every great player has played. It looks like a relatively simple hole, out of bounds down the right, and then the Swilcan Burn starts to meander its way all the way down the right side and in front of that first green. So you'd like, especially if you're a little nervous, to have a nice full shot in for your second. Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Even par early on. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That will be a great look at birdie. Chance to get it close here. One thing about the old course at St. Andrews, it is not just the golf course, which makes the experience so memorable. It's the setting. It's the small town. It's people hanging out of the windows and watching. It's all the history. You just bathed in it when you walk into that grand old town of St. Andrews. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. -2 for the day. It's a big putt right here for birdie. Has the birdie and 1 under for the day. On the tee box here at the third now. Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured into kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
Well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Oh, I thought he had that. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
These putts keep the round together. Drops the putt to go to 2 under. To -2 early in the round. Frank, a much more difficult hole here at the fourth at the Old Course.
Yeah, that new championship tee has really made 4 a very hard par 4. 2 ways to play it. Down the right, that's a very, very narrow strip of fairway. Most will go to the left side, a little more conservative. But either way, tough second shot.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it is not looking like a good lie. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. This one has a good line.
Whoa, what a bonus.
So a tester from 4 feet. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Has it. And he's 2 under par. Par fives, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this 5th hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right, but especially that little group of 3 bunkers, then it sets up well. It'll be a blind second shot, but you try and guide your second shot between the 2 bunkers on the hill in front of you, which are called the spectacles. This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, heading way right.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
We're also seeing more long putters in the game.
Yeah, there's a choice. If you don't feel comfortable with a normal grip and you've got a few nerve issues, then you can, well, use a longer version, jam it in your chest, have a different fulcrum point. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. And now the second shot here at this par 5. It is on the green, but that will be a tough putt on the way. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. So just a formality here. So with that made, now at 3 under par. He has this for a birdie. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot. I'm loving that balance.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Only 105 yards, and there's a helping breeze. Pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, I thought that was in. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. From about 8 feet. Good putt and a good move. Now to 4 under. Nice par to remain 3 under. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Just a couple of feet. No problem at all. Good putt. And stays at 4 under par. How about that? 4 under par. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
On the green in regulation. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, you could see he thought he had that.
It looked in the whole way until the end.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Wow, touch of a locksmith out there, making everything.
Yeah, and the result, yet another birdie, too. Totally in command.
4 under on the day. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here.
This is an awkward length.
Oh, I thought he had that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Settles in over the putt. Good solid work right there, and stays at 4 under. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Wind at the back, 90 yards away. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated off line.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
Good roll. Solid. That's a par. For birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the Old Course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the Old Course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. Really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
Well, this could be good. Early part of this second 9 with good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. We are about 170 yards from the hole.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's a head scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. And getting ready for the putt. Almost. Wow.
Just when you think you're going to make birdie. Now, have to really concentrate on this and at least make par.
Now at -2 for the day. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 11th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze. Because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here. Well, you can see it there. Feels very good about what he's doing. That's a nice par putt. Stays at 6 under. See if you can get this one to drop. Big birdie putt. Starting to feel it now. 3 under. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Nice position, short grass, second shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Good lie in the fairway, and a good chance to make something happen here. Appears to be tracking well. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that. And keep that club moving. That grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your 3rd shot to 14.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Whoops, Rich, this is way offline.
Oh, yeah. Get down. Frank, this is where a round can get away. You've just knocked it OB.
Yeah, that shot's never going to come back now, so he doesn't want to compile the error.
So now he's playing his third shot, Frank, after hitting it OB.
Yeah, good tee shot, though. So see if he can string a couple of good shots together now.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. This one's tracking. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, he just can't seem to put it together today.
Yeah, really, you've got to go back to that double bogey, Rich, because ever since then, it's been like a different player. And that's one thing that you have to get over, experience-wise. Somehow you've got to let that go, but it is easier to say and harder to do.
Great strike and a great result. Sitting up, good chance to attack the flag. Setting up in the fairway, 200 yards to where that hole is cut. birdie try up next.
Second shot.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Oh, now that is going to hurt.
So close. Struggling a bit with the flat stick and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, we've seen it before, Rich. Two putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
-3 now for the round. Just a little tap in here. That's a bogey. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into your second shot.
Excellent drive, Frank. Right where you want to be. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Showing no signs of weakness. That's a good putt right there. Stays at 4 under. Just a couple of feet. Has his par. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features. Is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Really well played onto the fairway here at the 17th.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. And from the fairway for his second shot here. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good looking shot right here. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Well, I thought that was in. Happens in this game. You can hit a good putt, just doesn't drop.
It's that sneaky distance.
Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt.
Rich, I once asked Tom Weiskopf, I was really young, I said, who's the greatest putter you've ever seen? And I thought the answer was going to be Ben Crenshaw, Billy Casper, even my fellow countryman Bob Charles. And he sort of shook it off and he said, that's the easiest questions anyone's ever asked me. It's Jack Nicklaus. And I'm like, Jack Nicklaus was this great player. Hit the ball far and high and all that. And I said, well, why would you say he's a great putter? He said, well, you know, when you hit a shot to 30 feet on just about every hole and you never look at a makeable putt, but the first one you get, the first 10-footer, you just bury it straight in the middle of the hole. He said, that's a great putter. He said, when you watch Nicklaus's career over the years, time and time again, he wouldn't have a makeable putt. Take two putts. But when he had one, the first one he looked at, he knocked it in. And he said, that is what a great putter does.
He made them when it mattered. 18 times to win major championships. It mattered for Jack. I'm thinking about 90 yards from here. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. And getting ready for the putt. Very solid performance today, a round of 66. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Lining this one up for par. Nice par to remain 3 under. Frank, solid effort today. What's your assessment?
Golf like that can certainly result in wins, that's for sure. But more importantly, the opportunity to get one.